Hi, today we're going to talk about the gut, not the butt. Okay, so you know Ashley has two different sizes of FasciaBlasters on the market. I'm going to show you how to use both. And if you're lucky enough to have one of the face blasters, you can see them all together here. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use this as well. The face blaster is incredible for all areas of your body. It's for sale to the people on the wait list on February 7th, and if you pre-order a book, you can enter a daily drawing for a chance to win. This is the Mini 2, okay? And we'll be utilizing that as well. And then we have our full-size blaster. If you see the black blaster, they are the same. This was just a limited edition for Black Friday. All right, let's get started. I use Ashley's blaster oil. As I hope you all know, she created an oil specially designed for blasting. It has 3 different types of algains in it that target and break down our fat. So not only is the FasciaBlaster have the ability to lyse and pop fat cells, but there's also a thermogenic effect going on. So it's like a triple fight fatting when you use her oil. So when I get started, I'm just going back and forth, and I don't have my abdominals engaged. Everything's relaxed. I'm working on the top layers of fascia, which is known as your structural fascia, okay? So there's 4 types of fascia, and your abdominal area has the visceral fascia. So your visceral fascia wraps around your organs, and it also, when we include our back, we're hitting some of the spinal fascia. So I think this is one of the reasons that we have all these different types of fascia in this area, that we can experience additional bloat when we blast our abdominals. So as you see, I'm just going through, and I'm light and brisk, and I'm just going to my skin and back and forth. And I'm going to go ahead and warm up my back. So whenever you do the front, you also do your back. It's all connected, and you don't just want to do one area. Okay? So any of you that have the Mini face blaster, this is the time that you want to use it to open up those top layers of fascia. It's perfect at the beginning and end, okay? Those of you that don't have it, I would try to get one, because these little claws feel amazing. All right? So after you spend a few minutes getting everything loosened up and ready, now I'm just gonna show both. You can start doing some different techniques, and I'm gonna turn it the other way. I'm starting to use just a little more pressure. I'm arching my back a little. My abs are not engaged. If you have any extra overhang, you want to lift it up and hold it tight when you blast. A few other ways that you can use to stretch yourself out when blasting. Get an arch in your back if you have pillows or just a couple of towels. You can lean back here. Okay, you can use your Mini or your full-size blaster. So that just gets the extra skin out of the way. Okay, you can go up and down. Okay, you can also use the towel and lay on your side and create some extra space here for your sides. I like going every direction. Okay, you can also use your full size in here. Okay, also, if you guys have an exercise ball, it's a really good way to get in there and get you some extra space. Okay, so then your elbows can kind of hang down. You can really feel a difference once you get that space in there to blast. Okay, and then I like to do the diamond technique. Okay, and this is for all blasters. So we want to create this diamond right here. Okay, so just make sure you have enough oil on. You always want your blaster to glide across your skin. And I am preheated. I was in the sauna for an extended period of time to get the fascia warmed up. Your fascia loves heat. Okay, so I am just going at a diagonal, medium pressure. Okay, you can also turn those claws up under the rib and then hit this lower diagonal. Okay, also you can turn it into your hips there. Okay, and I'll show you how to use the mini too on the other side. So you can see I'm turning red, so that's good. When you get red and itchy, that's just an increased rush of blood circulation, which is good. So I'm doing this diagonal here. And again, I can turn to really get that cut in there. And then for this one, just go up. Remember, for blasting, we want to do brisk movement. You don't want to go real slow or it kind of becomes a massage. So keep it going, and then I turn it up. Okay. So now for your back area, if you have any stubborn back fat here, I like to kind of lay down and just really go to town on it there. Okay, if you have a mini or nugget, you can also do a little poke and wiggle to try to break up a little bit of that fascia. Okay, so there's two ends to your mini. You have a pointed end and a flat end. And we always recommend that you have blasted an area about 10 times so you have that top layer of fascia open before you use a nugget to get any deeper. But if you haven't blasting, you can take and you can just do a little poke and wiggle. So I just do a little poke. You can see I don't do any stabbing or jabbing. And we want to be mindful and respectful to our body. Okay? So just a nice poke and wiggle. Okay, so another technique again, this is if you've been blasting for at least 10 sessions in this area. And that's really important. You don't want to do this if you're a new blaster. It's not going to get you results quicker. It's actually going to do the opposite, because if you don't have those top layers of fascia open, you're going to have a lot more detox and inflammation if you go through all the layers at once. So do the process, you know, blast your 10 times, but you can also do a scooping technique back here. Okay. So that's real effective at getting some more of the deeper layers. You can also do that on your stomach. Okay, so I'm just going to lean back and create some space, and you can do some scooping. You can do either direction. It's kind of like you're scooping ice cream or revving up a motorcycle. Okay, and then for fat lysing. So fat lysing is when you create a hard surface with your muscle, and then the blaster comes in against that hard surface, and it actually pops the fat cell. And again, that's a technique you want to use after you've been blasting for a while, okay? So to create a hard surface, and you want to do this after you're all warmed up, to create a hard surface, you want to engage your transverse abdominals, or your core ab that wraps around your spine. So to do that, you can, like you're blowing out a candle, or cough, and that's how you know they're engaged. So, and then I just do hard and fast, and I only do it for a couple minutes because I don't like going through severe detox. And when you are fat lacing, you probably will notice some bloat. So the reason that you'll notice that bloat, especially after doing your abdominal area, is because you're lysing those cells. You have a lot of visceral fat and fascia in there. And these cells are 70% water. So when you burst them, you know, that extra water has to get flushed out of your system through your excretory and your lymphatic system. So that is one reason that we get the extra bloat. Okay, so then after I'm all done with the fat lacing, I'm gonna go through and just gently blast it out. Okay. And this would be another good area at the end to use your FasciaBlaster. You just want to be kind to your fascia so it can begin the restoration process. And then after I'm done blasting, this is when I use Ashley's After Blaster cream. So she made a cream to be used when you're done blasting, and it has arnica and skin tightening ingredients. So you're gonna have extra, blood circulation producing collagen and elastin, and then arnica, and it smells so good. So as I'm rubbing that in, I'm flushing. So flushing means to move, and when we're flushing and massaging after we blast, we are taking the lactic acid out of our muscles, and just, giving our lymphatic system a little jump, being kind to the fascia. It's just a nice way to end. Okay, and then for those of you that want to take it a step further and re-engage your ab muscles after you've just blasted them, this is the perfect time to do it. So one of the simplest things that I like to do is you can just go into a plank. You're going to put tabletop position all the way to one wall and lift your opposite foot. You're going to straighten that all through your abdominal. Okay, and then switch legs. Stretch your fingers to one wall, your toes to the opposite wall, opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay. Okay, this is how to tell if you're in proper form for your plank. Okay, my wrists are right under my shoulders. And everything should be in alignment here, all right? You just have the natural curve of your back. And when you lift up, you just keep that line, okay? Keep your hips up. You don't want to dip down. You want this all to be parallel with the ground. And hold that. All right? Then you can take it to a side plank for your obliques. And your other side. And then for your back extensors, perfect thing for your back extensors are right through here. You always want to work the back too, is to lift your knees and your chest so my hips are pushing forward, pushing toward the ground, and just do a swim motion, okay? All right? And then you can push up to stretch, come into tabletop, you can do some cat-cows, pull your belly button into your stomach, push it down into the floor. Okay, do a couple of these. You can do these stretches on your own. All right, and then just stretch out your obliques. You just pull over to the side. This is your oblique on your side, and your other side. You want to hold these about 90 seconds, and then just push back, lean back. Stretch out that whole abdominal area. To blast in those abs, girls, I want to see some 6-packs. All right.